right, thank you very much, Kathy. Casey pulled up a piece of music to bring our next guest on, which is this song, Joey from Concrete Blonde. I thought might have been good. You remember Run, Joey, Run?
Oh, my God.
Probably the worst song ever written.
Effing horrible.
I don't know
this
if
is the second worst song. For Christ's sake, don't ever bring me up to this junk again, please.
It's Joey Diaz.
What's happening, you savages?
How you doing, Joey? Oh, wait, here.
Great to be here.
This is Run, Joey, Run.
No, take that off, too. Bring me up to, like, Black Sabbath or something like that. Joey's song. What's the matter with you?
We could do that. How you doing, man?
Good, brother. How are you?
Good to see you back
What's
in
happening?
Philly.
Great to be back.
We're doing well, man. You know what? I want to go ahead and paint a picture for those who may not know Joey. You've probably seen him before, and he was in one of the best action sequences of any movie ever, I think, in Spider-Man 2, the train sequence.
Yeah.
Joey's the guy that comes up and says, "Hey, you mess with him, you mess with all of us."
That's right.
Which is pretty awesome. So just to frame Joey for
And
you.
since then, they've made 19 Spider-Man.
That's
so
right.
Really doesn't matter. I'm driving down the other day. I see this billboard for Dracula on whatever. And I'm like, how many Dracula stories you going to tell? How much more? 5, geniuses. They keep remaking the same story. Over and over. 19 Spider-Mans. He got bit by a spider. He throws a web. The mother died. Okay, move on. Let's go. Did he get married? Did he shoot himself?
You've got issues with Spider-Man.
Nah, it wears you out.
They reboot. What happened is that they were going to lose the license on Spider-Man. So they reboot a series that was just a couple of years old. They redo it. And but I agree with you. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. And the Dracula movie, I don't even know.
How many Draculas are you going to tell me? He came from Transylvania. He bites you in the neck. Blade was good. He was black. Yeah. Okay, that's something new.
Right, yeah.
Something. But at least now the same thing, unless the Chinese Dracula comes out.
Right. No, there is. There is actually a Chinese Dracula. The Chinese vampires, and they hop. They like bunny hop when they. It's the weirdest thing. But
I'm not going to see that movie. I don't want to see no Chinese people hopping.
Yeah. So, but you've done a ton of acting. I remember seeing you on My Name Is Earl, and
I get lucky from time to time.
What was But it was the stand-up comedy was the first thing.
That's
right?
my first.
That's
thing.
your first love.
I love it. I love it. That's the. You go. It's great to get on. Listen. You know why I act?
Why?
Insurance. Yeah. Okay, I get level
SAG.
1. You know what my knee surgery cost me? $1.
Yeah.
You know what my wife's pregnancy cost? $1. That's why I do it. When people call me, I look at it and I go, no, I got to get hit in the head with a rock. No, I'm not coming down. You're going to pay me, and then I'll go down, I get my insurance. I could care less about the acting. This is my bread and butter. I love this.
So there's not, with the acting, has there been anything that you've just what have you enjoyed the most out of the acting?
I enjoyed The Longest Yard. I enjoyed working. Come on, got a chance to work with De Niro and Grudge Match. The movie, whatever, was a disaster, but just to sit in a room with him. Just to sit in a room with him. I was doing time 30 years ago, and now I'm going to sitting there goofing around with De Niro and Kevin Hart from Philly. And
he's great.
So, I've had great opportunities,
An amazing story. You were born in Cuba, correct?
Yeah.
And what age were you?
3.
3. So no real recollection of Cuba.
No, swam from Cuba right to Jersey, North Bergen, New Jersey. So I'm Ebola free. Ebola got nothing on me. If I was going to get Ebola, I would have got it 10 years ago.
Right, so you're all cool.
Right, right or wrong. I was talking about that last night.
Yeah.
You're from Philly, New Jersey. You're no danger getting Ebola.
No.
You swam in that water with all the mafia hypodermic needles. I stepped on like 8 of those hypodermic needles in Seaside.
Yeah.
I swam in the Hudson. Ebola can't do nothing to me. Nothing.
Joe, I remember one year that was the big thing. You would always see it in the news.
The hypodermic
Kids
needles.
were playing with hypodermic needles that they found on the beach.
On the beach. You would put them up to your ear, and you could hear the ocean like a seashell. Right or wrong? And now
you're right.
All those kids are alive and kicking.
Yes.
Rocking and rolling, smoking reefer, whatever they're doing here in Philadelphia.
Do you subscribe to the notion that we overprotect kids these days with all the hand sanitizer and all that stuff? Because we used to go out and we'd play in nuclear waste, and it was never an issue.
Tremendous. That's why Ebola is not going to do nothing to us.
Yeah.
It's these kids that are on Apple all day. They don't have an immune system.
Right.
They really don't. We ate rocks. We ate everything. I was at my friend's house one day, and he had like a little patio, and he had like it was freezing out, and we would go out there like to smoke joints in high school, and his mother had a French poodle.
Yeah.
And there was like 1,000 little dumplings out there, the French poodle. It was cold out. One day he goes, how much did you guys give me to eat one of these little French poodle dumplings?
Oh, my God.
We passed the hat around. We gave him like $7. He ate it like a Milky Way. That guy is alive and kicking. He's still rocking and rolling. He's a cross trainer now. He's doing jumping jacks and push-ups. Who cares? He ate a little French poodle poop.
It's right.
That's what keeps you alive and kicking.
We would talk about as when you'd go. It's a different world we live in. I get it, but I remember coming home from school. I'd do my homework, and then I'd be out for like 3 or 4 hours. Come back for hey, I'll see you later, Mom. Out the door, and there was never a concern. But that's not the world we live in.
These
now.
kids have water. They dehydrate. When we were kids, I was out there 12 hours. You drank water in the shower before you left. You filled up and you went out there. You threw rocks at windows, right?
Yeah.
You threw. When you had a good time in this part of the country. You learned to be a kid. Yeah. These kids. I look around my neighborhood for kids. There's nobody out there. Nothing. Yeah. Not even to throw a ball with. Nothing.
No, you're right.
It used to, you know what the great, and Preston, you'll agree with this. The greatest thing when you were growing up was when they started to put a development in another area. Houses under development, because that was like an
amazing playing them before they're finished being built.
I robbed the artificial turf from Giant Stadium. Me and my buddies walked home on Route 3 with carpeting from Giant Stadium. Everybody in the neighborhood had garage, had artificial turf in their garage. We had a good time, and you knew how to flip a dollar.
Yeah,
these kids in 10 years are going to have no social skills. They're all going to be. That's it.
Thumbs going. Yeah,
that's it. Thumbs
going.
Look behind you. Speaking of thumbs going.
I don't know what's on there. I have an iPhone. I don't know what's on there. I could care less.
Yeah.
I like when people call. That's it.
You know, John Lydon, Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. He had just admitted that he had unbeknownst to him, he had purchased all these apps. You know, he's buying them over and over. He spent almost $15,000 on apps for his iPad and iPhone. You know, because it does. People just literally and legitimately become addicted to that stuff. But you're not technology.
I'm addicted to 8 balls, the good stuff. All right, I'm not going to sit there with something.
Right.
I'm not going to drink an energy drink and play on Twitter. I'm going to do an 8 ball and look out the window.
Right.
And crawl around the apartment.
Now that top that apple.
Hey, I see you got 152,000 followers on Twitter, though.
Yeah.
You stay active on that? Or?
Hell yeah. Go read what I wrote this morning. I don't play games.
I don't have his most recent tweet, Case. You'll have to look that up.
It's at Mad Flavor.
I don't play games. I get up in the morning and I tweet early.
There's a tweet about our buddy Dom Irera. That's cool.
And I let you know what's cracking. Get up there, grab your, you know what? Salute the flag. You're an American.
Yeah.
You know, I get out there and let people know you got to wash that monkey. You got to get out there today. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You got to wash that muffler and that monkey and get out there. Take a chance. Columbus did.
Says,
right or wrong?
You're right.
Nobody wants to tweet them eating, a picture of them eating. What's that going to do for people? I put on the Sex Pistols this morning. I did a bunch of stuff. Black Sabbath.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to let people know what's crack-a-lackin'. They're confused. There you go.
There you go. Do you hang with Tom a lot?
I see him a lot.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, we all run together in L.A. He's at the Laugh Factory. I'm at the Comedy Store. So.
And Rogan as well, right?
Yeah,
Rogan's a
we
good
all
buddy
run together. Yeah.
So wait, what's the deal there? He's at the Laugh Factory at the Comedy Store. Does that mean like you can't do the Laugh Factory?
No. He has a show at the Laugh Factory on Tuesday nights, and I'm at the store. I go to the Laugh Factory and do his show.
Right.
He does my podcast. I do his. You know the deal.
Isn't it wild the history out there when you go to those places? Because those are venerable. I mean, you know, the legends have walked through those doors. Is that lost on you when you go in there? Does it blow you away that from
I didn't
where
go
you
to the store for 7 years?
Really?
Yeah, because you got to close one door before another one opens for a while. And I went back recently, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm back in that tier. Like, I went there the other night, Tuesday night. It was Gerard Carmichael, Neil Brennan. I had to follow Sarah Silverman, and I had brought up Rob Schneider.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
you know?
That's crazy.
So that's when you, on the drive home, you're like, you know what?
It was legendary.
I'm playing for keeps.
Yeah.
And I think Rob Schneider brought up Rogan, and he was bringing up Damon Wayans. It's a Tuesday night.
That's awesome.
Then they have the rap battle now upstairs, where they just, whatever, insult each other upstairs. It's back. It's back.
How did the up and comers get a gig if you guys are doing that on a Tuesday?
12:30.
12:30.
1 o'clock, like I did. 1:15. 1:45 following Paul Mooney. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it. And then you work yourself up. You catch a fallout, and then the rest is history.
Somebody texted in that said you did a podcast with Doug Benson, getting Doug with High.
Oh, please.
You like working with Doug?
Yeah. I smoked 92 bong hits on that show. It's tremendous. They have a medic on the show.
Does he?
They
Because
have
he
a medic.
never mentioned
They
that.
pick you up in the car. They drop you off in the car.
Dude, that's
There's
hilarious.
no drama. They don't want no drama. They want you to do bong hits until you pass out. So I had to show them how it's done. You know, I went to college here for a semester, but I flunked out. I went to Rowan. It was Glassboro. The Sixers were on fire. I had no time to learn about economics. Who cares? They were giving out free hamburgers if they scored $1.25. I'm out there 3 nights a week. I was there when he slammed on Michael Cooper, getting a point and a half at home on a Tuesday night. Who do you think you're dealing with? Some novice from Wildwood, New Jersey or something? I'm the real deal, baby. Hudson County.
All right, so you flunked out of Rowan, and then you moved
went up to New York, got in trouble.
And then you got in trouble.
Robbed the jewelry store, got out of there, went to Boulder, and went to CU Boulder. Went into Colorado Mountain College, took a couple credits.
Who did you kidnap in Colorado?
Kent Vela. It was the 27th anniversary the other day, Tuesday. But I apologized to him 1 year ago.
I heard about
on the
that.
podcast. Yeah, he called into the podcast, and I apologized for kidnapping him. I'm the real deal. I'm a Catholic.
Yes.
Why did you kidnap
All the way
him?
to the end. Because he had 2 kilos of coke. What do you do? He had 2 kilos. I had a machine gun. That's what you do.
Oh my god!
Oh my God!
That's what
We
you
don't play
do.
games.
No.
What? How did you kidnap him? Like, did you tie him up? What happened?
Tied him up, put him in the trunk of a car.
Oh, do you know my
Standard.
Do you know my
I didn't get
grandfather?
caught with him. I didn't get caught with him in the trunk of a car. So some other biker guy got caught with him as he was driving with no headlights on, and he got pulled over.
Isn't that wild?
How long did you
guy-
hold him? How long did you have him for?
Nothing. He did. See, it was a very complicated story. See, I was partners with the biker, and we were going to rob Vela,
Right.
but the biker got cute with me. He tried to rob me. That was his mistake.
Yeah.
So I went back to the house, and they had a ceiling like this, and I just jumped on that thing and ripped it down. The 2 kilos came out, wrapped in Colombian newspaper with the weather. And I took those
It's always the
things,
weather.
I put them in one of those newspaper things where you put a quarter in. I had my buddy pick it up.
No way.
So when it was really weird because I sent the biker over there first, and he came back and said, "There's nothing there," but there was definitely an ounce there, and it was like $3,000. He came back and said, "There's nothing." There was like an 8 ball and $100. So that's how I knew.
Damn.
So I went back. I was 20 something. I was crazy.
Yeah. So when you're in that moment and you're in that lifestyle, you don't impress me as the kind of guy who gets afraid a lot. But were you?
Always. I'm
Always.
still afraid. I get anxiety before I go on stage.
Really?
Yeah,
God,
a little
'cause you
pee dot
seem
on my pants always comes
Really?
out. If you see me on stage, there's always a little pee dot when I get up on stage. I get anxiety.
All right, so they'll look for that tonight, right? They'll
Yeah,
look for the
look for
little
the
pee
pee
dot.
dot tonight.
Does that
That's
mean
how
it's-
you know I'm scared.
It's going to be a good.
That's what's a good show. You got to be a little scared. I'm scared of everything. And to top it off, I smoke reefer. So I wouldn't leave the house unless I had to. But like I'm scared of needles, so I go to acupuncture once a week.
Do you?
Yeah.
And you find you get good results.
Yeah.
So you're saying, Joe, you like to face your fears?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why play games?
Yeah.
That's the thing that kills you the most is your fears. Just go
When-
for it. I
when
hate jujitsu. I hate men's feet. You understand me? I hate men's feet. I would hate a man's muffler in my face. But I have sleep apnea.
Yeah.
So I go to jiu-jitsu 3 times a week. I'm 51. I
Yeah.
go. I got a stripe on my belt. I almost pass out every week, but I go.
Very nice.
I got a 2-year-old daughter, guys. I'm 51. I'm still slinging. You understand
yeah.
me? I got a 44-year-old wife.
Joey, do you roll with Rogan?
No, he's scared of me. Those guys.
He's
won't
scared
roll.
of you?
I'm 300 pounds. I'll break him in half. You know? I love it when little guys like, come on, I've had big guys on me before. Okay.
Oh, dude.
And then you hear like, and I'm like,
Yeah, once you get
no,
on the
don't get
mount,
off.
they're
Come on,
done.
guy. I'm
Yeah.
your buddy. I'm not here to hurt you, you know. But
In college, I challenged this guy. He had to have been about 6'3", over 300 pounds. I just said, I think I could last at least a minute in a wrestling
No.
match. 5 seconds. Not
5
even.
seconds.
And 5 seconds, it took 3 seconds for me to actually clinch with him. And my knee hasn't been right since.
no, if you learn how to put your weight on, like I go to Higan Machado because he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So he tells me, once you start putting your weight on people, they're going to tap.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you know who goes to that jiu-jitsu class? Andre Carter.
Really?
Linebacker from New England. Let me tell you something. When he has you down, people pin. Like when he puts his hands on your chest, I hear people go,
Can't breathe. Yeah.
because he's 6'5", 265.
Yeah.
And he's still yoked to death, you know. He's yoked. So.
You know, do you ever because there's a whole community. Ed O'Neill is
I don't see him.
black
you know,
belt.
yeah.
No, he's a Gracie guy.
Yeah, for a long time. Like
Or
Brazilian.
John Jocks. No, he's with Eddie Bravo and Joe and those guys.
So that's wild.
They go to John Jock. I go to Higan Machado. They're brothers. Same thing.
Same deal.
Joe, do you get mad much? Because you're a comedian,
I get passionate.
You get passionate?
I'm Cuban. I got
Okay.
passion.
All
I
right.
yell and scream, and I love my cats. And,
Oh, you're a cat man?
Yeah, I'm a
Me
cat
too,
man.
yeah.
I
It's
love
all
my
right, right? It's
cats
okay
and
to love
stuff.
cats.
Yeah, I tell people, my little 18-month-old, all she goes in the car when I'm pulling her is go. My wife's like, where'd you get that from? Because I sit there and I'm like, go.
Yeah.
Go. What the hell? How long are you going to sit there? Go already.
Yeah.
Jesus, everybody wants to be nice. Go.
That's a Northeast thing, and that's really the shortest time is between the time the light turns green
I'm cutting
and the
Asians
horn.
off like an Asian. I have no conscience. You ever get cut off by an Asian? They just look straight. They don't care. They just look straight. You're beeping at them, you bastard. I can't believe it. And they're like, and they just sit there.
Yeah, to frustrate you more.
All right, so we got Joey Diaz. If you're just tuning in, he's going to be at Helium Comedy Club tonight and Saturday. Did you say you have an 18-month-old?
22 months old.
22-month-old. Wow.
I'm 51.
Wow. And
Been with her for 15 years. Nothing ever happened.
Boom.
2 years ago. Boom.
Yeah,
and this is your first and only kid?
That's it.
Wow, man.
my younger brother is going through the same thing.
It's amazing.
First kid.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Little girl comes
You were going to be
home.
an old dad.
Yeah, man. That's why I got
You're
to
gonna be a
keep
cool
it together.
dad, though, right?
I got a bunch of guns. I got BB guns. I got a bow and arrow. I'm slinging from the second floor.
Jesus Christ.
You
I
have a
imagine
daughter, it's a tough job having a daughter.
the guy who shows up to take her out on a date is going to crap himself. At your house, if you show up at the door?
I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think. I got nieces that drive me crazy.
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
see them, they show up. I have nieces that are showing up in my comedy shows with their boyfriends, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I used to carry you around and throw you up in the air.
Right.
And this guy's like, I want to kill you. You ever smoke a joint with you? Shut up, all right? You're with my niece. You're not supposed to smoke with me.
You ever go after him while you're on stage?
No. Okay. No. My niece is, I'm surprised one's going to come up from Delaware tonight.
Oh, yeah?
How big is your family? How big is,
I have no family.
Okay.
My mom died when I was 16, and my friends took me in Jersey, so all their kids, I'm tight with all of them. Like last night, I had like 9 of them came down.
Okay.
From northern New Jersey. They brought the 8 balls, the guns. They were ready to go. I'm like, I can't do it. They left mad. Come on, we're going to go here. We're going to go there. I was like, I can't do it. I got to go home. I'm on the radio tomorrow morning.
That's good. So we all do 8 balls, so it's all good.
No, so it's funny. Like all those kids, they have kids now.
Yeah.
And they come see me. They go to school, whatever. And,
It's wild to see the shift when someone, who's kind of been living the hard life and then gets a kid. It really, I've seen people just, hang a complete 180. It's, but it doesn't seem you've hung a 180. You, of course, corrected, but you're,
yeah, I don't do powder or nothing like that no more. I still do bong hits. Until, I got up early this morning. I smoked some Black Russian this morning. Oh, my God. I had to go to the buffet this morning and throw down the fruit and the oatmeal. Woo. Sometimes you get so stoned, you got to have, like, coffee. You're like, I got to get coffee and an e-cigarette or something. I got to get back.
What do you think of those e-cigarettes? They're looking to outlaw them now.
I don't do nothing. Like, last night I had a shot of Jaeger.
Yeah.
So I don't do much when I go out. So I got to do something. I got to fake the funk somewhere.
Yeah.
So at least if I'm smoking an e-cigarette, I'm like, hi, how are you? If not, you're standing there with like a Diet Coke or a water. Who wants to talk to you,
You suddenly became Joan Collins.
Yeah, you're like, oh, my God. That's great to see. Are you gluten-free? I'm gluten-free also.
Yeah, do you do voiceover work, man? Your voice is awesome.
No, I don't. I don't get hired. I have an agent, but...
Yeah.
Every time I go in, I get nothing.
Yeah.
I go in for cartoons and stuff. I was all excited. They called me in from not Hannah Montana, but the other one, SpongeBob.
Holy man!
I was ready to snap, Jack.
Oh, you would have been awesome.
I was ready to go. I was going to be like a fat guy on the beach and stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing. They never called me back, so I was heartbroken.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I would
that's
love
really
to get
cool.
that or Wally Kazam or something or Bubble Guppies or something.
It's funny because you love stand-up so much, and the acting thing is not your main passion. But I mean, I would imagine if you really threw yourself into it, the amount of character work you would get would be crazy.
You know what? They call me in all the time, and I sit there and I'm like.
You don't want to put up with
I gotta go to Culver City at 4:30. By 4:30, I've already smoked 18 bong hits. Now I gotta sit in traffic for scale. I'll stay home. I'll pass.
Right.
I had an audition yesterday. Yesterday, they wanted me to go in for CSI.
Yeah.
to play like some old mobster with a young girlfriend, and I was out of town, right around the corner from my house. Too,
Wow.
like, right on Laurel Canyon.
Hey, with doing all the bong hits, do you have a medical marijuana card or anything like
Yeah,
that? Or,
yeah.
So, and what is your ailment? What allows you to be prescribed marijuana?
Usually anxiety, right? Is the one that.
In fact, I got a good one. I even brought my buy one, get one free. See?
Oh, he's got a little
So
card.
you
Did
get
they
a
mark
free
it
gram.
up?
See, and every time you go, they mark it in there.
I got one of those for Dunkin' Donuts.
One of our former calendar girls who lives in California now. She's in the LL. Yeah, she's in LA now, and she works at a dispensary. And on Friday nights, she wears lingerie at the dispensary.
Oh, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Those things, what you have to do now, it's just not two guys selling weed.
Yeah.
But it is a little more challenging in California than it is in Colorado. Like in Colorado, you can just go into a store and buy it.
It's recreational.
No, they have both.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have medical and they have recreational. The recreational is a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
That's how they get you.
And this is California you're talking about?
This is Colorado, because I was just
Okay.
there a couple
But California doesn't have recreational, right? California's only medicinal.
No, only medicinal.
Yeah.
Right.
So how did you go about getting your card or whatever? Did you just go to your
in and
doctor?
told them, I have sleep apnea, so I get anxiety.
Yes.
But you don't need any kind of documentation when you go into a medical marijuana facility?
Yeah, let me jump out the window. That's the only documentation I need. That's it. You go down there, you tell them what you need. I have insomnia, but listen, I'd smoke weed with or without the license. This has been the end-all, be-all since I was 13.
Right.
I love doing it. I love it. A couple numbers, and I don't drink, not because I'm an AA. No, because my mom had a bar. So it just doesn't do nothing for me.
Right.
When I was 3, I was dipping my pacifier in blackberry brandy. What am I gonna do? Sit there, so I don't really drink. So,
But it's just part of your life.
I've always liked smoking and I went to school in Boulder. See, everybody thinks, Colorado, they've been smoking big weed since the 80s.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. In 83, Colorado was the cocaine capital of this country. It wasn't Miami. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
A lot of people don't
Always
know
thought
that
it was
stuff.
Miami.
It's been going down in Boulder and Aspen for years.
Wow.
But when this last time when they made it legal, I went to a weed store. That's what convinced me. I had never been to a store. I was never going to get my license. I was never going to be one of those guys. I'm going to smoke with or without it. But it made sense. If you have it in your car and they pull you over. Now, they could still give you a ticket.
Right.
If you have, if they pull you over and you're Cheech and Chong, they're gonna throw you in jail. I don't smoke in my car.
Right.
I don't smoke out of my house. I smoke in the balcony in my house. That's it. So they won't. So I got the license for coverage. But once you go to those weed stores, come on.
Well, the thing about the weed stores, too, is that the candy, brownies, do you have a preference? You like to smoke?
Oh, I was so lit on that airplane yesterday. Let me tell you something. I ate a brownie at like 5:15.
Just one?
I had 3. It was a 3-pack. It's 200 milligrams. It's a 3-pack.
Yeah.
But this is the stuff. This will make you see the devil. I have my counterpart on the podcast, the Flying Jew. He's me and him. We experiment. And So Kind, they're the strongest ones. It's a package, 200 milligrams, but they give you 3 brownies, little tiny brownies. So I had breakfast yesterday. I popped a brownie. There was traffic, so my flight was delayed, so it blew up my whole weed day because I had a plan. And listen, I carry the brownie around the plane.
Yeah.
You put it right in your security. It goes right through.
Yeah.
If they ask you, just rip the label off that says, this will kill you. This will make you see the devil. Just rip the thing off. If
Take
they
it
ask
off.
you what it is, Mom made me a brownie. That's it. And use it with conviction.
Yeah.
And I run it right, even the Chiba Chews, I run them right through the belt.
And no
I'm going
problem.
to land one on the plane. I got to eat. If it's a 5-hour flight, I want to be on fire when I get on the plane. But I want to keep that party going by the 3.5 hour. Once the movie ends, you're sitting there like an orphan, No, I want to keep that party alive. By the time I get to this airport, when I get off that plane, I'm going to go, damn, that was a good old plane ride. That was
Joey,
I was stoned to the gills.
once you eat one, how long does it take for you to get the feeling?
35 minutes.
35
but you
minutes,
chew
okay.
it good, so it goes into it breaks into your mouth.
Yeah.
And by the time you'll feel a little something in the shower, you're like, oh my God, something's not right with me. I got diabetes. Something's not right. And then after a while, I was wrecked on that plane yesterday. I don't even know what I put. I put the cars on Candy-O. I was on fire. I couldn't even change it. I listened to Candy-O 18 times. I couldn't even change it if I wanted to.
Wow. Do you do the Benson does the breath strips, the little
the dissolvable.
See, the problem is that every month somebody makes
There you go.
Something makes something a little stronger.
Yeah.
And smaller. So Kind makes these huge cookies that we could all pass around like the Eucharist and get high like Jesus at the Last Supper. But I don't need that many calories in my life. I just need something small that gives you a kick.
Right.
So Chiba Chews give you 180 milligrams. I could pop 2 of those.
It's a whole science to it, man.
Yeah, there's a whole
science.
They have the juices. They have everything. But I need to see the devil. They have Coke. They have espresso covered beans with chocolate. You will sit there popping them, watching Law and Order like a savage. The next thing you know, it's 8 in the morning. You're wide awake and you're stoned to the gills. Stoned to the gills, and your kids looking at you like, "What's going on with you?" I have no idea. I haven't eaten espresso beans for 4 hours.
So Joey, then like Doug Benson, like after the show, you like smoke with a couple people that have been in the audience?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Hell yeah. You come down, I smoke every night with the people afterward,
It's funny. I've never done it. It's never had an attraction to me, but I always prefer to be around people that are doing that.
Then drinking.
Yeah,
they come up to you and they breathe on you. Yeah. They give you eyeball bad breath and they want to hug you. Everybody wants to hug you. Listen, let's smoke a joint. Let's go get something to eat and that's it. You can stay on your side of the fence and I'll stay on my side of the fence. There's no hugs. There's no nothing. I got 2 hits of ecstasy in my drawer. I've had them for a year and a half. And somebody gave it to me in Portland. Again, people want to hug you. I don't want to be hugged. Just let's smoke this reefer.
Right.
Let's get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let's call it a night. That's it.
I want to hang out with you so bad.
Oh my God! One of the best comedy nights I've ever experienced was you and Rogan, and actually Ari Shafir.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It was awesome.
We don't mess around.
And it was at Helium, and I've seen Ari a couple of times, and he's gotten really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah. So you were right before Joe, and your show closer was dropping your pants.
Yeah.
I
was there one night when I go, here you go, I got something for you people in Philly. Because Philly, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
This is the hardest audience in the country.
Really?
But they admire you the most.
Okay.
You follow me? You can't play here.
You got to earn it.
You got to earn it here. Yeah. You got to earn it here. There's no drama. So you got to come out of there swinging like a savage.
Yeah.
And, I connect. Like I said, I used to come down here a lot as a young man.
Right.
I came down here to see Black Sabbath one time, and we got raided.
Where?
At the parking lot at the Spectrum with Dio, Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah. Wow.
It was Ronnie James Dio, Sammy Hagar, and Shakin' Street. This was way before.
Shakin' Street. I'm pretty well versed in rock, and I don't know that one.
83, 84.
Okay. Sure.
So it was Ronnie James Dio, Black Sabbath, and outside of the Spectrum, we got shaken down. It was amazing. The FBI.
What was on you?
Because I had blow on me. I had one of those little bottles with the spoon at the end, right?
Right.
They was shaking people down for concert T-shirts.
Oh,
okay.
The black concert T-shirt. So they went through the trunk. Well, I'm like, they didn't find the blow. What kind of FBI? And I was like 18. I'm like, look at these guys. They didn't find the blow. This is bad police work. Bad police work.
Were the shirts under the blow? Was that?
No, it wasn't even on. It wasn't. They thought it was us selling black T-shirts. They made us open the trunk and they went through everything. That's the night my buddy Darren Rago traded his tickets. I'll never forget it, for Purple. He thought it was acid. He came back all excited. Man, I got 2 hits of acid. Purple, Microdot. We're like, no, we already did it. You eat yours. So he popped the 2 hits, and all of a sudden, like mid-concert, we're like, where's Darren? He was on the floor sleeping. So till that day, we always told him, you didn't get 2 hits of acid. You got 2 Quaaludes, purple Quaaludes. And every time we'd see him till this day, we go, you got 2 purple Quaaludes. Shut up with that. It was acid. The guy told me he got it from...
Wow. So that's wild. You talk about the shirts thing on a side note. Do they even bust people for selling?
Oh yeah, they do. I was just at a Fish concert at the Man, and
they do. I never see them stopping those guys anymore.
Yeah, and
they move them along. Sometimes, and then they set up shop somewhere else. But
yep.
Sporting events and concerts, the guy selling illegal shirts.
Legal shirts.
Yeah.
Cost you $3. You sell 50 of them.
It's just funny that the blow, fine.
Yeah, they didn't say nothing to the blow.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's amazing how cool some cops are.
That's very funny.
But anyway, I was at that night, and it was used, and I laughed so hard that I got a headache. I don't know if you've ever had one of those nights.
That's a good endorsement.
But and Joe, when he came out, he started doing impressions of you that were just
spot on.
Spot on, man. Oh, it was
There's
so
him
good.
and a kid. They bumped into each other at the Comedy Store like 2 weeks ago. I went up there. And I got out of the car, and I was up next, so I had to run to the inside. But I saw him talking to Silent Bob. That's a kid's name.
Right,
Silent Bob, they call him. And they had a Diaz off one time, and Silent Bob beat him.
Wow.
So now he wants to get back at Silent Bob. So they were talking about doing the show.
That's cool.
Like
That's
maybe
cool.
one of the Ice House shows, doing the impersonation.
Do you enjoy doing the podcast a lot?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I have people that are tweeting in wanting to know or texting in. What's the name of your podcast?
The Church of What's Happening Now.
The Church of What's Happening
Church
Now?
of What's Happening Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
How often are you putting them out?
Twice a week.
Okay.
We had Rudy Sarzo on Monday.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Based
I
on
saw
his birthday the other
Yeah,
day.
it was
Yeah.
65 years old.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Dude,
Tuesday he was 65. He came on Monday, and then yesterday we had Nick Santoro on, the writer. He tremendous story. This guy, was a bum attorney. Was making money but wasn't happy.
Right.
His wife talked him into writing a script. He always had a dream of writing a script. He wrote a script. He won the contest, and a week later, The Sopranos called him and said, "Do you want to write a couple scripts for us?" And his life hasn't started since then.
That's
Nothing
great.
happens to you. Take a chance.
Sure.
So it's really impressive.
Who's on your get list for the podcast?
What do you mean?
Who do you want? Who's a guest you're desperately shooting for?
Nobody.
No,
I
as they
play
just
it
come
by
as they
ear.
come. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Yeah,
play
that's
it
cool.
by ear.
But you wouldn't mind getting, like you said, you spent some time with De Niro. Obviously, somebody like that would be the holy grail of getting him on the podcast.
But De Niro doesn't do interviews.
No.
Right.
He has no
horrible interviews.
Yeah, interview horrible. He doesn't want to do them.
Yeah.
Why would you make somebody do something he doesn't feel comfortable? You could tell.
Yeah.
When he talks with you, he just doesn't. He's not one of those people.
It's funny though. He'll do things like SNL, and he'll be just reading right off the cards.
Yeah, he won't take a chance.
Yeah, no, it's not his deal.
He doesn't like it. Why would you make somebody they're not going to like it? So
Right.
Who you got coming up? Anybody you know on your podcast soon, or is it just, like you said, it just happens? When it
No,
happens?
I get a lot of young comics sometimes, and then sometimes people reach out, a doctor, an actor, a writer. I like people who have a story.
Whatever rocks your world.
I'm not even into the funny aspect, that they have a pretty interesting story,
Yeah.
We dig that. A lot of times you'll get the higher ups, the heavy hitters, and it's to somebody who's like a kind of a side person that you didn't quite expect will deliver a really great interview.
And and I could tell by looking at, like, he called me last night, Lee, the partner I do it with, and he was in Vegas to go see Steve Simone, a comedian from Philadelphia. He was in Vegas, and he called yesterday. He goes, "Hey, I seen that guy, and I don't know if I want to put him on. It's not going to work." You know when somebody is going to, because he said that the kid said he was on a podcast and said something, and his wife made him call the podcast people, made him take off the statement. So Lee was like, that'll never happen on our podcast.
Yeah.
I had one guy call me one time. My wife said to take it off. Please take it off. I didn't take nothing off. When you tell your wife and your wife called, I can't deal with you ever again.
Yeah, right.
Your wife. I can't deal with that stuff.
Yeah, right. I believe it. All right. Well, the podcast is called The Church of What's Happening Now. If you want to check that out, Joey Diaz is going to be at Helium Comedy Club tonight. You got a couple of shows tonight and tomorrow night.
Yep.
And who knows when you'll be back? So you better get out and see Joey right away.
I'm always back. I love this place.
We'll smoke up and have a good time, man. All right?
Absolutely. I'm going to go back now and smoke a little something and see what's on USA and take a little nap. And maybe get up late and get a little cheesesteak.
Yeah.
And,
it's good. Life is good.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Listen, I work hard when I'm home with the baby and stuff. So when I'm on the road, I like to relax a little.
I understand it.
I love you guys. Thank you.
We
very
love you.
much for
Thank you,
having me. Stay
Joey
black. Happy
Coco
holidays.
Diaz on the Preston and Steve Show. Oh, yeah. That's appropriate.